Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a time in every man's life when the path ahead looks dark, when defeat knocks on your door, when the burden of dreams feels too heavy to carry, when everything within you whispers a quit. But let me tell you this with the full conviction of truth: never give up. You see, success is never handed to anyone. It is earned through pain, persistence, and purpose. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not talent. It's not education. It's not luck. It is the unshakable determination to stand back up every single time life knocks you down. I've studied hundreds of the world's greatest achievers. And do you know what I discovered? Every one of them had moments when quitting would have been easier, when the world turned its back on them, when friends doubted them, when fear crept in, but they had something greater inside, a fire that refused to die, and that fire burned with these three words: never give up. Thomas Edison failed over 10,000 times before creating the light bulb. Abraham Lincoln lost election after election before becoming one of history's greatest leaders. Henry Ford went broke 5 times, but they kept going. And so must you. Because the truth is, defeat is never real until you accept it. Every setback is a setup for a greater comeback. Oh, every failure is feedback. Every delay is preparation. So do not curse your struggles. Embrace them. Embrace them, for it is in those very moments of hardship that your greatness is being shaped. You were not born to give up. You were born to rise, to persist, to fight for your vision. The dream that lives in your heart was placed there for a reason, and it is your duty to honor it. You cannot see the full picture yet, but keep going. The road may be long, but the reward is certain if you endure. So the next time life says you can't, you say back with strength, "Oh, watch me. Oh, watch me." When your mind says, "I'm tired," your spirit must say, "I'm just getting started." And when fear screams to stop, let your faith whisper, "And never give up," because the truth is, success does not go to the fastest or the smartest. It goes to the one who refuses to quit. That can be, shoo, that must be you. So rise again. Keep climbing. Keep believing. Defeat is not a destination. It's a moment. It's a test, not a tombstone. Life will challenge you, break you, and push you to the edge. But defeat only becomes permanent when you choose to accept it, when you surrender your will to rise again. Every person who ever achieved something great has walked through the fires of failure. They felt the sting of rejection, the weight of loss, and the ache of setback. But they understood one powerful truth: defeat is not final unless you make it so. Too often, people interpret a single failure as the end of their journey. They let one fall, one mistake define their worth and their future. But the reality is, no one escapes defeat. It visits all of us. What separates the winners from the quitters is not the absence of failure, but the refusal to accept it as the end. Always a next move. There is always a lesson hidden in the loss, a spark inside the ashes. When Thomas Edison was asked how it felt to fail thousands of times before inventing the light bulb, he simply said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That is the mindset of a champion. A person who understands that defeat is not a stop sign. It's a signal to adapt, to grow, and to keep moving forward. Temporary defeat is part of the price you pay for success. It's a toll gate on the highway of achievement. Everyone must pay it, but only those who press on reach the other side. Every failure carries the seed of an equal or greater benefit if you are willing to search for it. Sometimes the pain of defeat opens your eyes to a new strategy, a better method, or a deeper strength within yourself. Forces you to grow in ways you never would if everything always went your way. That's why the most successful people in history have often faced the most devastating defeats. They didn't avoid failure, they mastered it. But you must guard your mind. The greatest danger of defeat is not external, it's internal. It whispers that you are not good enough. It tempts you to believe that this is where your journey ends. That lie must be destroyed with truth. And the truth is, as long as you are breathing, as long as you can still get up, your story is not over. You are more powerful than any failure. You are bigger than any setback. You are capable of rising from the deepest defeats if you decide not to accept them as final. Refuse to be defined by your falls. Be defined by your fight. Remember, defeat is only permanent if you accept it. So don't stand back up. Wipe off the dust. Reignite the fire. My God, your victory is still possible, but only if you continue. The world often glorifies talent and luck, pointing to natural-born geniuses or those who stumble into fortune as the true success story. But look a little closer. and you'll discover a different truth. It is not talent or luck that determines who rises to the top, but persistence. Persistence is the quiet force that keeps pushing forward when everyone else stops. It's the decision to keep going, not once or twice, but again and again, through rejection, through disappointment, through pain. Many talented people never achieve greatness because they rely solely on their gifts. They expect success to come easily, and when it doesn't, they quit. Luck, too, is unpredictable. It may open a door, but it won't walk you through it. Luck might give you a moment, but only persistence can turn that moment into momentum. It is persistence that turns ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. When you persist, you build resilience. You develop the mental toughness required to navigate the obstacles that talent alone cannot overcome. Every time you push through adversity, you're sharpening your edge, expanding your endurance, and proving that you are serious about your vision. Persistence is the proof of belief. It is the physical expression of faith, faith in your dream, in your purpose, and in your power to overcome. History is full of examples that prove this truth. Abraham Lincoln lost multiple elections before becoming one of the greatest presidents. Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination. Stephen King's first book was rejected over 30 times. Each of them had talent, but more importantly, they had persistence. They refused to let temporary defeat define them. They didn't stop because the world said no. They kept going until the world had no choice but to say yes. Even when the odds are against you, persistence gives you the advantage. It means you will outlast those who are waiting for motivation to show up. It means you will continue when others rest. It means you'll do what needs to be done even when it's hard, even when it's thankless, even when no one is watching. And that is where true progress happens. Persistence is a muscle. It grows the more you use it. The more times you choose not to give up, the stronger your will becomes. And eventually, life yields to the one who refuses to quit. Because the truth is, the world does not reward the most gifted. It rewards the most committed. So if you feel like you're not the smartest, the fastest, or the most talented, good. That means your success will be built on something stronger, your unbreakable will. You don't have to have all the answers. You just have to keep showing up, doing the work, and refusing to quit. Persistence outweighs talent. Persistence beats luck. And in the end, persistence always wins. Keep going, the door will open. In the pursuit of success, many people rely heavily on talent or wait endlessly for a lucky break. They believe that if they were just a little more gifted or a fortune smiled on them, their dreams would come true. But history and real life have consistently proven one undeniable truth. Persistence outweighs both talent and luck. It is not the most talented who win, nor the luckiest. It is the most determined, the ones who refuse to quit, no matter how difficult the path becomes. Talent may open the first door, but persistence is what keeps it open. Talent can get you noticed, but only persistence will keep you in the game long enough to achieve greatness. Many people with exceptional abilities never reach their full potential because they give up when faced with adversity. They assume that skill alone should be enough. When it's not, they walk away. But those who keep moving forward despite failures and frustrations eventually break through walls that seemed unbreakable. Luck can give you a moment, a chance meeting, a sudden opportunity, a stroke of fortune. It can all be powerful, but luck is unpredictable, and it rarely repeats itself. What you do when luck doesn't show up is what really matters. That's where persistence steps in. It's the decision to keep knocking even when no one answers. It's the willingness to try again, learn from your mistakes, and move forward with even more resolve. Every success story is built on persistence. Thomas Edison tried thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. He famously said, many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. It wasn't just his intelligence that made him great. It was his refusal to surrender. Michael Jordan, cut from his high school basketball team, used that rejection to fuel his work ethic. He didn't wait for luck or depend solely on talent. He practiced relentlessly until he became a legend. Persistence is the force that turns failure into progress. Every time you choose to continue, even when things are hard, you become stronger, smarter, and more focused. You develop grit, character, and courage. These are qualities that talent alone cannot provide, and they are the exact traits needed to reach the highest levels of success. The road to your dreams will never be smooth. You will stumble, you will fail, and you will face moments when quitting feels easier than continuing. But if you persist, if you keep going despite the odds, you will separate yourself from the crowd. You will earn the rewards that only perseverance can unlock. Success does not belong to the lucky or the gifted. It belongs to those who are willing to keep going long after everyone else has stopped. Never forget, persistence is more powerful than talent, more reliable than luck, and absolutely essential for greatness. Keep pushing, keep fighting, and never ever give up. Every dream that lives inside your heart is not an accident. It was placed there for a reason, a divine assignment meant only for you. You may not understand the why yet, and you may not see the full path ahead, but make no mistake, your dream is real, and it matters. It is not just a fantasy or a random thought. It is a signal, a calling, a purpose trying to express itself through you. And the very fact that you can see it in your mind means you have the power to bring it to life. So many people walk away from their dreams because they think they're not ready, not worthy, or not capable. But here's the truth. If the dream was placed inside you, then the potential to achieve it was placed inside you too. You may need to grow into it. You may need to fight through setbacks, criticism, and self-doubt. But everything you need to fulfill that dream already lives within you. It just needs to be activated by faith and action. Your dream is not random. It is deeply personal. It is tied to who you are, what you've been through, and what you were born to give to this world. The dream is your gift, and chasing it is your responsibility. You were not meant to live a small, safe, ordinary life. You were meant to chase something that sets your soul on fire. And if you ignore that calling, a part of you will always feel unfulfilled because dreams don't die. They wait. They wait for the day you finally decide to believe in them and in yourself. There will be moments when your dream feels impossible. People will laugh at it. You will doubt it. You will doubt it. Life will test it. But that's all part of the journey. The dream must be tested to become real. The struggle is not a sign to quit. It's a sign that you're on the right path. Anything worth having requires effort, sacrifice, and persistence. And the dream worth chasing is the one that scares you and excites you at the same time. Don't compare your dream to someone else's. Your dream is yours for a reason. It was tailor-made for your journey, your gifts, and your mission. You don't need approval. You don't need permission. You just need to start where you are with what you have. The path will reveal itself as you walk it, and every step you take in the direction of your dream brings it closer to reality. You were chosen for this vision. It is not too big for you. In fact, it's exactly the right size to stretch you into the person you were always meant to be. Trust that. Trust yourself. Trust the dream. Because your dream was given to you for a reason, and that reason is to change your life, and maybe even the world. So chase it. Fight for it. Live it. Success does not always belong to the smartest, the strongest, or the most talented. It belongs to the one who refuses to quit, the will to continue, when everything feels heavy, when all odds seem stacked against you, when your progress feels invisible. That is what defines the true winner. The world often sees the final result, the moment of victory, the spotlight, but what it doesn't see is the endless grind behind it. The silent battles, the quiet discipline, the painful failures endured by someone who simply refused to give up. The will to continue is not a feeling. It's a decision. It's a decision. It's waking up every day and choosing to keep going, even when the motivation is gone, even when fear creeps in, even when no one is cheering you on. It is the most powerful force a person can possess because it outlasts talent, outshines luck, and overcomes every obstacle in its path. Winners are not immune to pain or doubt. They just keep moving forward anyway. Every person reaches a point where quitting seems easier than continuing. That is the breaking point, and also the turning point. In that moment, your decision determines your destiny. You retreat into comfort, or do you dig deeper and keep pushing? The ones who win are the ones who keep walking when the road disappears. They build bridges where others turn around. They find strength in the struggle. The will to continue builds character. It trains your mind to become stronger than your emotions. It teaches you how to show up regardless of how you feel. It makes you unstoppable. And when you develop that level of inner power, success becomes inevitable, not because everything becomes easy, but because nothing can stop you anymore. Life will test you. It will knock you down. It will challenge everything you believe about yourself. But that is not the end. It's part of the process. Every great achievement was born through adversity. And the common thread among all champions is their refusal to quit. They may slow down, they may stumble, but they never stay down. Your circumstances do not decide your future. Your choices do. And the most powerful choice you can ever make is to keep going. When others walk away, stay. When others get tired, take one more step. When others doubt themselves, choose faith. Every time you make that choice, you're training yourself to win. You're separating yourself from the crowd. You're proving, not just to the world, but to yourself, that you are made of something unbreakable. The will to continue is the fire that burns beneath every success story. It is the hidden power that turns setbacks into stepping stones. And when all else fails, when your strength, resource, and options run out, it is your will that will carry you through. Keep going, keep believing, because in the end, it's not the one who started the race with the most. It's the one who refused to stop running. That's the true winner. True winner.